go crazy every time.
Oh, you gotta give him that huck and spit on that thing. You get me?
Now, what you're seeing right before you is actually very important to modern dating culture, and what I think a lot of men in particular completely overlook, and that is what just happened. The point of this is that women have Rizz. Now, yes, there's the direct Rizz of she's talking about doing something that a man wants to have happen. But on top of that, there's another subtext that I think is very critical to dating, and that is something that most people know, but a very small percentage of people that I want to target in this video do not know. And that is that women are hilarious. Now, this individually, maybe you don't find it funny. The meme is pretty big, so you probably see it as like too much, too big of a response to something kind of funny happening. And it individually isn't all that funny. But, I mean, look at the expression on this woman's face. She is having fun saying this. This is what women like to do, is have fun. She's out with her friend. She's having fun. She's joking around. Could you imagine hanging out with this person and it not being a really fun, positive experience? You can't, because this person clearly likes to have fun. If you got to know them, if you were their friend, if you hung out with them, they would be fun. And even like inappropriate joking specifically, which men get a lot of, it's a very male thing to like joke inappropriately, or at least that's how society perceives it. But really, women joke inappropriately all the time. Like I said, women are hilarious. And this is very important to the dating scene, because a lot of men, they watch this like pickup artist stuff, this content, and focus entirely on like what they're supposed to do in dating, when in reality, in dating, what your focus should be on is the other person, is the woman that you're dating, or man, or whoever, whoever it is that you're dating. Your focus should be on them and how they're responding to like what you're saying, and also like not just how they're responding to what you're saying, what they are saying, what they are talking about, what they're interested in. And yes, on top of doing that, you should also be considering whether or not they meet your criteria, your standards, if there's somebody that you actually want to date yourselves, if you think it would work out with them, or if you don't. So this female Rizz is commonplace. Like, most women are gonna be a little bit funny, and they're going to want to have fun on a date, right? Like it's there's tons of men out there that completely fail miserably. There's countless videos where I'm 20 years old and I've never had a girlfriend. I'm 25 years old. I'm 30 years old and I've never had a girlfriend. And I think a lot of these men, what they're doing is objectifying women. They see them as this like object that they need to obtain, that they need to conquer. And that's just not the reality. Like, people are very easygoing. They want to have fun. And this is kind of how women have Rizz. And women out there, you can develop Rizz by just doing exactly what she's doing. It's just having fun. Like, people who are popular, who are good at socializing, they're not even necessarily particularly all that funny or interesting, right? But what they are is they're willing to have fun. They're willing to have a fun experience. They want to have a fun experience. They want things to go well. And they just assume that things will, because there's no reason to assume that they would not, right? Like, it's very strange to assume that an interaction you have with anybody isn't going to go well, right? Like, the only times you should ever be assuming that is if they look like super mean, which most people don't. Most people are just very lighthearted, like this woman is. So you need to get out there and you need to not give a crap about any kind of rule book, playbook, how you think you should go. Your Rizz is often entirely dictated by the specific interaction you have with the person. Thus, it's actually impossible to control for that. It's impossible to anticipate that. So what you need is this flexibility to the situation that a lot of men just don't have. It's like they think they need some kind of like these like weird talking points and they need to highlight all these things about themselves. When really what you just need to highlight is that you're willing to have fun and get to know the person that you're trying to like ideally start a relationship with. Why would the focus ever not be on getting to know them and talking about what they are interested in talking about, right? It's so funny that when you look at the absolute basics of just successfully going on a date, it's entirely about just like, you know, gearing it towards what the other person wants to do, wants to talk about. And some of the best times I've ever had on dates are just random funny things happening because maybe we're at a restaurant or out in public and something just weird happens, or we just watched a funny or fun movie or just a good movie. Like I've shown people like good movies and they're like, wow, that's awesome. And then I've had hour-long conversations with people about films. Well, realistically, like if we're going to talk about like Friends and stuff, I've had multi-hour conversations, multiple conversations about a film. Um, but even women who aren't that into movies or TV shows, you should be able to to hold like a 20-minute conversation, right? And women aren't that. It's not that hard to read as to what like women are into. There's some pretty commonplace there, like even say you want to you ask a girl out to a movie. Pick a movie you think she'll like that has an actor that's in the type of movies that she probably likes. Like women don't make it like this big secret. There's no big secret out there. Women make it actually very obvious what they're into and what they aren't. So it's more about you just reading what they're putting out there and just responding to what they're doing and just having fun, right? Like your Rizz is always going to be situational. Every date, every interaction we ever have with anybody is completely unique. And there's often a lot of comedy and fun and lightheartedness in that. So just have fun. And this is something a lesson that a lot of guys need to learn because I'm so sick and tired of seeing these videos where these guys have never had a date into their like a decade or so into their adulthood and they're just some of the most depressed individuals you'll ever see because I mean this hawk TUAH girl should teach you like life just isn't all that serious. Stop making it so serious because it's only really to your detriment. Like get out there, have fun and really treat people like they're people. Like women are just people. They're fun. They're funny. They're actually like hilarious. They're just people, just like you are. Try it.